So let's jump over to my next review. This is a film that I saw a few weeks ago. It was the winner of the Palme d'Amour award at the France Festival earlier, I think in like May 2022. Maybe it was like June or July, but regardless, it won the Palme d'Amour. It is a film that is directed by Ruben Ostlund, who's most famous for his films The Circle and Force Majeure, which, if you don't know that style, they're very black comedy in style. It's a film about the rich. It's a film that is a critique of social class in this film, and this film is very much the same. It is the latest film called Triangle of Sadness, which again is directed by Ruben Ostlund. It is a satirical black comedy about social hierarchy, social media, influencer culture, and wealth inequality, which took home the Palme d'Or award. It is Ostlund's first English language debut. And if I'm not looking at the camera, I do apologize. I have my iPad out here for notes just so I can remember, because I have so many reviews that I needed something to guide me. Triangle of Sadness follows a celebrity model couple named Carl and Yaya, who are invited onto a luxury cruise for the rich, helmed by a drunk, unhinged socialist boat captain played by Woody Harrelson. Very funny premise, and Woody Harrelson really gets to just chew the scenery in this movie in a way that I'll talk about in a second. But here's what I'll say about this movie. I found this film to be a story of two halves. One half which I found just downright terrible and like almost unbearable, and the second half which I thought was really engaging and really hit me in just the social satire of the film. The second half, luckily for the film, happens in the second half of the film, in the sense that the best part of the movie is the latter half, so I'm just left with this first hour of the movie. It just takes way too long to click in for me, and I just found myself asking, like, not even what is going on, but like, why do I care about this story? And then we get to the boat, we get to the yacht, and the movie just takes up and picks up in its entirety. The cast is wonderful in this film with the late Charlbi Dean. She is absolutely wonderful as the lead role as Yaya. She really brings a lot of humanity into this role. She has this balance of sweetness with cluelessness that comes with wealth, where she's just a person who you kind of feel like she means well. She just doesn't understand anything. She does it with real great justice. Charlbi Dean's a very great talent, and it's so sad that we lost her so young. She would have been a pretty big star, it felt like. Like I said, she's great. She gives often laugh out loud funny scenes. She plays sad really well. She does Insecure. It's just a really good performance, and she brings so much depth into this character that could have easily just been a one-note pretty Instagram girl model, and she doesn't do that. She brings a lot more to this role, and she's really special, as is the whole female cast in this movie. Vicki Berlin as Paula, the crew manager, is just wonderfully comedic in this film. She's the character that's kind of the most uptight in this film, and then as the film progresses, you kind of just see her unraveling, and really just effective, great comedic scenes. And then the steam killer of this film is actually played by Dolly De Leon. Sorry, let me repronounce that name. Dolly De Leon as Abigail. She's the maid in this film. The final hour, this film just becomes a tour de force performance by Dolly, and she's just incredible in it. She steals every scene she's in. She's just the peak. When the film is at its best with the social satire, it's because of her. They just let her shine. They let her cook for literally an hour in this film, and it's pretty wonderful. Like, she is just so killer in this form. And with that, all the performances are really good. I've been hearing a lot of Woody Harrelson will get a nomination for this film. I would push back on that. Not that he's not really funny in this film. He's very funny in this film as the socialist captain on a boat with a bunch of rich a-holes. It's a really funny premise for him. And he just gets 20 minutes of the film. He kind of does the Bradley Cooper role from Licorice Pizza last year, where he kind of gets to come in the film. He just gets to steal a few scenes, just deliver some of the wildest, craziest stuff you've seen in the movie. Just basically just be Woody Harrelson charisma at 1,000 in this movie, and then just doesn't really appear in the rest of the film. It's a pretty wonderful performance, and he's in the most memorable scene in this film, which just if you're queasy, do be warned, there is a scene in this film that involves, it's a 20-minute puking sequence involving a dinner gone wrong. That's all I'll really say about it. It is not for the faint of heart. It's really damn funny, and Woody Harrelson's just killing it in this scene. He's so funny in this scene. It's the best scene in the movie. And then when the film is at its weakest, I thought, is when it's just a blatant commentary on social media. the first hour in particular, I just found it to be just summarization. And by summarization, I just mean is like, it's like the old cliche arguments you hear about social media. Oh, look, these people are hot. They're rich people and they have problems. Who really cares? It doesn't feel particularly original in its critiques. It's not groundbreaking. And I would even dare to say it's not particularly accurate. It just gave off the energy of an old man yelling at the clouds. But when the film kicks in, it's like I said, it takes about an hour to kick in. It's 2.5 hours. It's way too long. Like, just way too long. It should be probably at the very least no more than 2 hours, but I'd cut an hour of this film pretty easily, and I think it's more effective. But the second half of the film hits so strong for me that it does save what I found to be a very dull first hour of the film that just didn't work for me in any particular way. And when the film hits, it's so funny, it's so chaotic, it's so crazy, it's just a great social satire. And I'll call it a great film. It's just the issue is it's paired with a very mediocre half, which means it's kind of somewhere in the middle. I'm giving this film a 2.5 out of 4. The more I see this film, which I think I actually will revisit this film, I might lean more positive because maybe I'll see the benefits of the first hour of this movie. Just the first time I was watching it, I was not vibing, I was not feeling this first hour, and then, like I said, it really kicks in a special way. So I can recommend Triangle Sadness overall. I'm giving it 2.5 out of 4 stars. So that's my second review. Oscar chances, I think you are going to see Dolly De Leon in this category as Abigail. I think she's kind of a lock in this film. You could probably argue that, I guess it is still a supporting performance because she doesn't really become a main character until like the last hour of the film. But when she becomes the main character, she becomes the main character. She is like the lead actress along with Charlbi Dean's character in this film. But in terms of that, Dolly's going to get in for this really easily. I don't see Harrelson making it in. And this film might get a screenplay nomination. That would kind of be where I'd hedge my bets on this film.